Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Let me check whether my stream is working on my phone. How are you guys doing? I couldn't stream yesterday, so today I think I'm just going to work for 2 days on the stream, so I'm still kind of still on track. And the reason I couldn't stream yesterday is I didn't have power. I basically didn't have like I go back home like what time? Go back home like after 11 and there was no power. As a matter of fact, like I came with the mindset to want to stream, but the lack of power was just so discouraging. So today, I think what I'm going to do to kind of compensate for that is I'll do day 6 and I'll do day 7. Let me just quickly text someone that's just give me a sec. I believe I'm already streaming. Let me see. Still with you guys. Just give me a second. I'll get down to. As a matter of fact, I think the things I'm going to model in today are relatively not crazy as such. Um, we've done. I think we've done this one. Trash bins. Yeah. Let me quickly confirm because I won't like to do things twice, except of course it's needed. But just give me a second to confirm this. What I modeled, was it trash bins, park benches, road signs? And then I did some okay, garbage drums. I did garbage drums. So garbage drums is different from trash bins. I'm going to put this one in progress as something. I'll just indicate that I'm going to do it today. And garbage drums, plastic. Where is it? Okay, it's done. It's right here. Okay. Those are the two things I'm going to be doing today. Still with you guys. Still with you guys. Just think at this point I just need like 40 seconds and I'll be with you guys. Start the modeling for the day. As a matter of fact, the first model, we're going to be doing picture frames. And yeah, I looked at picture frames on CGTrader and they are not particularly the most expensive or the most viewed models on CGTrader. So I'm not really sure that they move as much. But I'm going to model like 2 sets. I'm going to model one that has like a lot of artistic representation on there. And I'm going to model another one that it's like colorful and it has an abstract touch to it basically. Uh, Again, let me just quickly check stream. Make sure that I don't have double audio and I am audible enough. All right, cool. Let's get down to it. First things first, I'm going to clear out the scene, and then I'm going to bring in a cube, take that up to the ground plane, and I'm going to bring in a human for reference, asset browser, then human for reference. Right, so we're going to come to the front view right here, and we're going to reset this guy selection back to cursor, and I can GX him out of the way. Simple. So we're going to, I think I want to GY just like so. So this is going to serve like a wall, like an SY. This is kind of going to serve like a wall where we can hang the frames, basically. GX. So we got this. Sorry, I have Alex Honnold playing in the background, so I'm just watching from time to time, just seeing what he's doing. If you don't know Alex Honnold, go and check that guy. That's the greatest athlete that ever walked the face of this planet. Solid mindset. So let's just get to it. I have a reference down here. I won't be doing only some. The overcomplicated embroidery and embellishments, I won't be doing that. I will kind of keep it simple, just so that I can execute on time, and this doesn't take so much time to work on. So first, I think I would want to change this to random so that I can see what I'm adding to the scene. So we're going to do, I think I'm going to do a plane. I'm going to add a plane, change this to view, and then scale this down. Move this out. And I can G into space SZ. And then this is going to be one frame, SX. And then apply that scale. I can insert briefly and delete that face. All right. If I do that, let me just duplicate this and keep this aside because I feel like I might need it. Delete that face, select all. Think that edge is a bit too much. Too small. Select all and then extrude. Simple. So I'm going to scale this down just a hint. And GX, I think this time we'll do something like this. A larger edge. And I think I'll scale this down. Select all, scale up, and then I'll delete this face first. Select this to place this down. And right here, I can select this and extrude. Right? Makes sense. I want to add a little bit of a repeated pattern in down here. So I'm going to bring cursor to this place first. Right? And then I'll bring in a cube. So this cube is going to serve as some kind of an extra embellishment for this. So we are first of all going to, I'm going to array this, Shift DX, right? GX. Maybe I want to just S and Z all the way. GZ. SC. Right? So right here in the center, I can call cursor to this point, bring in a cube, and I'm going to knock out that center with a difference boolean. Right? Cool. Second frame done. I would still keep this. I can duplicate and then scale down. So we're going to form like a little bento grid for these things, right? Shift D, Z, scale this, move this into place. I can Shift D, bring this right here, rotate 90, G right here. And I don't think this is working for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another cube. GZ, scale on the Z axis, just like so. Select this and I'll do a difference, but this time I want to invert that difference. So let me see if I can invert. I cannot. Can I intercept? Okay. Intercept works. So I'm getting back my initial array elements. GX, Shift DX. So I would you know what? I'm going to put off this TV so I don't get distracted. I need to look in. Delete, Shift D and Z all the way down here. Shift D, R90, and then G. Bring this right here. GZ all the way up here. Cool. I don't expect this to stress me out though. This model. I do not expect it because it's just basically straightforward rectangles. So you better not stress me. All right. See the way it turns here. I probably want to revise the one I just did and make it turn the way it turns here. But let me just go on with doing some other ones. SX. SC and Shift Y. SX. Okay, lovely. Lovely. But this right here is not lovely yet. So I'm going to bring in a cube to this point. Right. Cube to this point. SX. Scale. SZ. Just like so. And I'm trying to boolean this in a way that I'll be able to achieve that right angled transition. So something like this. Yep. So I can chop this off. Intercept. And apply. So what I'm going to do next is take this and I'll just make that solid, right? And what I'm going to do is rotate this by 90 and do the same for this right here. G. Move to this position and GZ right here. I can select this and select this and then run a difference on that. Shift D. G, rotate by 90, bring that to this point. Right here. And I can select this all the way through and GZ into this position. Right. And then I can just select some of this to fill in this space. GX. So 3D cursor flip the other way. Okay. Right here or right above here. I don't like this one, is too slim. So right here I can scale just like so. SX. Right above here I can pull in another one of this into this position, and then I can do some kind of, where's the cylinder? Can do some kind of an oval right here. So I can scale and scale on the Z just like so. And then SY. So we can select this right here. And then, nope. Let's change that to a circle. I'm going to bring in a circle, switch to the view, and then scale on the Z. Scale on the X. Scale down, and then I'm going to fill, and then I'm going to insert just like so. But before I do that, I'm going to apply scale and insert. Right. So right here, I'm going to delete that face, select all, and then just extrude out just like so. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I think this looks like the arrangement that I want to do. I'll duplicate this or this down here first, GZ, and then maybe I want to do the same for this one, right? The aim at the end of the day is I want to try to bring in a circle here just to balance out this oval on the spot. So let me just bring in the circle first, and then I'm going to figure out balance later. Just a circle frame. I'm going to extrude along the surface, select all, and just extrude that out. So we have the circle frame that we need. I'm going to scale on every other axis apart from the Y, and I can G into position. Now, this right here, I feel like if it comes here, it's going to create a balance that looks good. The only thing now is that I feel like this entire thing are just out of place. So I'm going to pull it all down, just like so. And then GX, right? And I can G. right here. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, I like this. Next to the guy, it looks a bit too big for frames. So I'm going to do this, scale it all down and just move it higher up in the wall. It looks more like an exhibition frame. So for each of these, they're going to have an artwork in there. So I think what I'm going to do first is go out on computer isn't charging, so I need to plug that in. And yeah, let's go to on Splash and just pick out a couple of imagery that we can use. I'm leaning towards things like this, things that are illustrated. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. So I think I might just take a screenshot of this. Of this, I'll take this. I'll take this one. Take this one. I think this is also really good. I'll take this also. Let me see more. How many do I need? I need 3, I need 9, I need 3, and I need this. So that's 3, 3, 3, and that's 12 altogether. So I'm just going to get 12 of this, and I am good. Okay, I think right about now I'm okay with the selection. I think I'll take screenshots. I don't want to download these images. I'm just going to take screenshots. That's 3. That's 4. 5. I don't think I'll take this one. This is interesting. That's 6. That's 7. 8. 9. All right, cool. So time to start to place the artworks. I'll start with this ground biggest one. I can duplicate that, separate that selection right there. And with this, I can scale down a little bit, fill the frame, and then I can shift DY just like so and separate this one. This is going to be the glass, so I'll just hide that for first and then bring in one of the images that we had screenshotted. So I'm going to do image texture, open this up, and in my desktop is where all of those screenshots are. Let me take this one first and just connect it to the base color. So let's see what this looks like, and then we'll refine from there. Okay. I don't know why it's not showing, but let's see. Okay, so I can come right here. How do I scale this down? Select all. Maybe switch to the UV. GY. Why is this not showing? clip. Why? Mm-hmm. So why was that giving me a problem? That's strange. Scale on the Z, and we have this. The only thing is that there's something I want to replicate, and I feel like art pieces that are usually placed in frames like this, they feel a bit more. They might not be expensive, but they look as though they're expensive, and that's because of the white layering that is placed around it. I don't think I'll do that for these particular ones, but for the next subsequent one, I kind of want to put that at the back of my mind because those are going to be like abstract, colorful pieces. So they would need that. I feel like they will need that breathing space around them. For these ones, not necessarily because they already have that. You're already on a white background, on a light background, basically. So we have this. The only thing now I'm concerned about is the black part. But we can easily solve for that by doing that. What I want to do next is I think I'll apply scale for both. And then on both I want to bevel a little bit. Just bevel slightly. Right. And I think on this I also want to bevel. But I'll apply scale first and just bevel all that. Cool. Looks good to me. Um yeah, we go to the next one basically. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to bring in a plane RX90. I'm going to link these two materials, but on this one is going to be different, and I'm going to pick up a different expression. So SX scale a little. Am I in frame now? Okay, I'm in frame. And I'll desaturate this one. Use saturation. Take it all to 0. Oh. But I think I'll use the color ramp to bring back all those lost values. Yep. Sweet. So I can GY out just like so. Then we're going to do for this I'll GY. And then I probably want to select frame view. I want to bevel this just a smidge, and I think same applies to this. Bevel this also, but I'll add the layer, bring this to position, and then I'm going to add, this time around it's going to be a circular frame, so I'm going to bring in a circle, wall view, scale down, scale on the Z axis, select all, and then I can fill that frame. GY, just bring this out a little bit, and then I can bring in my texture. So what I want to do next is replace this one with, let's say, this, right? So I can remove all of this and maybe just try to reproject. you basically project from view. So I can just scale all of this into frame. But this black part, I don't really understand. Sweet. Can I do the same for this one? Change to extend and then scale this. Wow. Okay. I guess that's what we're going to be doing. Change to extend and just scale this. More white space on the art pieces. For this, we're going to use a wooden frame. So I probably want to start thinking of what. We're going to go to assets. We're going to go to Polyhaven, and let me check my stream because this thing would have feed on go courts, and I won't even know. Okay. What do I want to check? I said I wanted to check the stream on my phone. Let's see. 2 persons on. Wow. Oh. Korean concept. Yo, man, like Joe in the building. Big Joe, can you also try vertical streaming? A lot of traffic can come there. As you know, Instagram reel. People are trying to already with the stream so they can reach whatever. Man, I hear you. I hear you. And I mean, I checked a little bit about vertical streaming. Was it yesterday? The thing is that like my audience are a little bit like segmented, and I would like to mix those two audience. In case you don't know, and I think you know actually, I'm a logo designer and I'm a 3D artist. So basically, whenever I make 3D content, they always go up on YouTube, on maybe Twitter, and sometimes maybe Instagram. The only platform where I know I have vertical audiences are on Instagram, and I won't like to mix that because at that point you begin to confuse people when you're jumping around just like that. So what I think um I've kind of resolved in my head is that whoever joins. Like at the end of the day, I'm not kind of like looking for so much of the audience. Like if you want to be here, you can be here. If you don't want, like it's very very cool. I'm okay with the numbers. Not like I'm fulfilled with it. I'm just okay with where it's at right now because I know that the people that are here, whether they are commenting, they're liking, they're subscribing, or they're on the live stream, whatever, I didn't have to cajole them to be here. They chose to be here, you know. So, and I feel like that's the kind of audience I want to gather, people that I don't need to convince to like comment or to share the video, basically. So, yeah. Even on my Instagram, I try as much as possible not to be that kind of guy that is kind of pushing the number. I just want to just create excellent work, and if it resonates with you, fine. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, and that is where, as designers, we probably need to even put put our head and our work to like our thinking needs to be towards that direction. Figure out a way to connect with people on a more emotional level without conversations, without chatting, without talking about your work. Like when I started doing logo design, what attracted me was the logo modernism kind of approach to design. And those pieces, they spoke to me on an emotional. I just knew that whenever I see work from Ampraco or Richard Bird, or I saw something that Massimo Vignelli did like in the 60s or 70s, I get an emotional, like I just get a weird emotional reaction to it. I just knew that the feeling was strong and I really wanted to pursue that particular style. You know, and sometimes I do see people get that reaction from my work too. So it's always kind of important to just focus on that feeling rather than, oh, how many likes and all of that. Like That's like a vanity metric. Never really brings anything at the end of the day. Sorry for the rant, but I feel like that needed to be said. But yeah, I get your point of view of vertical stream, and to be honest, I probably would at some point try to figure that out. You know, probably try to figure that out at some point. But right now, I really want to keep the process to get on stream as simple as possible. I don't want to overload the whole thing. If not, to come on will just be filled with so much overthinking, and at the end of the day, I might just decide, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. So the barrier to entry, I want to make sure it's really low. Yeah. So that's so much rambling. Let's get back to it. We are working on the frames. This is a bit too rough for the frame. I'm looking for exactly. I love this. The only thing is that it is a bit too light, too much of a light brown going on there. So I'll bring it in, but then in the shader editor, I'll modify it. So I'm going to go to the shader editor and I'm going to bring in more contrast curve right here and bring that down. Let me see. I don't know if no, I don't want to go with this. I would take this all the way down so it's like really, really dark. Looks like black basically. And then I'll link this. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Link. I'm linking all of this. And we still have a lot to fill. Like it looks like this is going to take me an hour at the end of the day. That's one thing with Blender project. You put a particular time on it and just discover at the end of the day you're taking so much more time than you initially thought. So it's crazy, man. Uh yeah. So I'm going to bring in a circle right here. And then view, bring this down, fill, and then GY. And what I want to do is link these two materials. This right here, I'll do like a project from view, right? And just scale this into place. Cool. This right here, we're going to bring our origin to this geometry cursor to this point, and I'm going to bring in a plane, view, scale down, and SX. And Ore, I'm kind of curious, like, are you from IG? Because I'm trying to figure out where you're from, because I feel like you actually know me, you know? Mm, let me check his channel. Let me ask. I think I have this guy's number. Let me ask if he's the one. Daniel. Well, let me check my Instagram. Guys, just a second. I'll be with you guys shortly. Is Daniel his name? Or is it Ore? Yeah, I got him. Guys, I got the person that was on my stream. If you got the person now. So let me just quickly go on to doing the other ones. I think for this I'm going to link these two materials, but I want to change this one right here. So I am going to scale it in such a way that it fits GX just like so. Bring it into the frame, and I want to take out all those color. Ah, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I want to take out this color because this looks like an accent color somehow, and it's kind of the same color. Let me see if I can. If I bring this one, if it's going to look. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Especially with the background right here. Yep. So in order to keep everything consistent, I think this has to be knocked out to black and white. Yep. All right. So I'm probably just going to rush through filling this frame now. I literally don't even have a lot of time. View scale down, scale on the Z, and with this I can GY into position. All right, link this material, and then I'll make this different and change that. I'm going to change to this right here, and that's looking good. I'm going to come to the next. Scale this Z, and I can GY into space, link this material, and then what I'm going to do next is change this. I still need to do a colorful version of this, so I seem to be taking too much time, man. So much time. Make this different. SX scale. What's this? Fill. Scale. Scale on the Z. GY. Link material. Right here. Switch this up. Add in and then bring this in. And then for this, I'll just bring in something that I have existing before. I'm going to bring in a plane, just same boring process. Scale this SX. I'm going to link that, and then let me link something different, right? Or let me link this instead. Link material. Wow. I still have a lot of frames down here. I'm going to change this to something else. Okay, cool. I feel like this visually is just dominating the whole thing. is really, really dominating the entire frame. So I want to probably expand one more that would be pulling attention from that a little bit. So I'm going to go to solid view, SX, and just scale. Go to the rendered view, and yeah, that's cool. I'm going to move this man out of the way. And what I want to do next now is Shift DX. I'm going to create another wall of the same thing, but this time around we're going to be conscious of creating let me do it first. So I don't say rubbish. I want to make something that feels like there's a lot of white space around it. So I can bring this in, scale to this, scale this down. And all the images I've brought in, let me even save this. What is this? Let me see. This is the day 17 picture frame. Let's do it. Day 17. Picture frame. Save that, and then all those data, I want to pack all those resources on the blend file. So this, I'm going to apply and then insert. So this is the one that we're going to be playing with a lot of white space. So I want to extrude this in a little, just a smidge, and we can bring in, I think I need just images from here. Images from here are good. I don't need to go far with this. But it seems like, let me see. Oh, just going to take a few of this imagery and put them all up on the wall. Just something abstract, no meaning to it. It's not like the other one where we had mushrooms and pegs and all of that. This one is just going to be a lot more abstractions and weird stuffs. Okay, so we have, I don't like the watermark on this. I don't like the watermark on this, honestly, but it's not going to show in the render, so I'm going to go with it. It is not going to show in the render. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. Oh, this would work. Right here. Right here too. Right here. Okay. So we're just going to be switching out images and yep. So for the whole thing, I want to bring in just a plain material. And then for this assigned space right here, I'm going to bring in this one. So we're going to assign to that space, but I want to reset this and then bring in one of those colorful thingies. Assign. I'm going to change this to extend and I like this. But what I want to do is I'll link both materials, and then on the inset of this is where I would assign this. But I'm going to look for another expression for this one. Just a different point, something that looks different from what we have. Okay, that's cool. This one I'm going to reset, and I'm going to bring in another image, basically. Oh, I like the fact that this one is black and white. That black and white is not bad at all. Let me remove the hue of this one and see. No. What if I used curve to bring that out? Wow. Wow. I have a decision to make on the style of this thing now. I have a big decision to make, and I really hope I make the right one, because it is looking like I'm going to have to make this thing black and white, because the black and white just looks so cool. Like, really, really cool. But no. Insert, and then assign. Right here, we'll make a different material, and then we'll bring this in. Okay, nice. Link material. For this one, we're going to use something different. We're going to bring in, let's bring in this one. Inserts, assign. Link, inserts, assign, change that material. Scale. I'm going to bring in a curve to darken that so that the border shows even more. Right here, I can link this material, insert, assign this, and then make this different, and I can bring in that. I think these two can be the same. I'm cool with that. Different shapes right there. assign, scale this, scale on the X. That's cool. This right here, I can link both. And right here, I will just insert, assign, and then have another expression of that basically. I feel like I should have another image that I can use. Assign. What? Why is this taking so much time? Looks like Blender is about to crash. Oh, okay. Someone should have explained what I'm doing. So, um, where do I even start from now? What I'm going to do, I'm going to start from the onset and the thinking behind what I'm trying to do. So I have a little like Blender CGTrader account where I sell models, but like it does really low sales in the sense that in a week I could make it I could maybe sell a model like I could sell like 4 models. Maybe I can sell one twice and the one other one twice. It doesn't really matter. But at the end of the week, I could have like 4 sales, and that 4 sales could amount to maybe like $10, just something really light, you know. Um, so I think towards the middle of last year, this has been a project I've been thinking about doing for a long time. So towards the end of last year, I thought to myself like, why don't I like try to upload more to see if that could translate to like more sales. So I want to play the volume game with CGTrader to see if maybe if I have maybe close to 60, 70 or 100 models on there, maybe I am going to make more sales basically, because right now I just have 12 models there. And somehow I would say that they're high quality models, and from over time I've seen the ones that actually work. You know, so what I'm doing right now, I'm focusing on modeling stocks for CG Trader for like 60 days. I'm going to be knocking out 1 or 2 each day from now between now and like the ending of March. So this is one of those streams that you're on, and right here is a list of things that I want to get through modeling. A lot of them are red because I just started this in like a week ago. Like when? 1st of February, that's when I started this. So a lot of them are like, are like still not done, basically. Right now I'm doing picture frame, and after that I will do trash bins. Picture frame, I thought I could do this in like 30 minutes, but it's taking over an hour already. So I want to be done with this and get to the next one. The reason I'm doing 2 models on one stream is that I couldn't stream yesterday, and that was because of some technical issue. I couldn't stream yesterday, right? So today I'm going to be doing 2 of those, and after that I'll call it a night. And as you can see, like some of them, you would see that I'm already assigning a dollar amount to them, so that once it's time to upload, I don't overthink things. As a matter of fact, I'm already rendering image previews that I'm going to upload on CGTrader when I'm done. So that's basically what I'm doing. These streams, by God's grace, I'm going to be doing them every day, knocking out as much as I can, you know, until I have 100 model that I can batch upload I might not batch upload so they don't freeze my accounts. I might just do like 2 uploads a day, but I'll try to upload all those that I've done to CGTrader as much as I can. At the end of the 2 months, I want to have 100 models, basically. That was a long-winded way of saying that, yeah, we're out here, we're doing dailies, and that's basically what I've been doing, man. What are you up to, bro? Like, how long have you been modeling? You know? And yeah, very good question that you asked me. I really appreciate that question. Cause like my thinking was, at the beginning of these streams, I would want to introduce you guys to what I am doing. Like just give a brief overview of what I'm about on this stream, and then people get familiar and stuff like that. Yeah. So picture frames. After I'm done with this, I'm totally done. Like I'm leaving this place. I'm going to model the more difficult ones. These ones are difficult. I don't know why. It's not difficult. It's like a really simple image to generate or to achieve in Blender, but it's taking me some time. Sometimes it be like that for some. For this, I'll just use something I've used previously. Link. Insert, and I would assign. So after this stream, after I'm done with this, I will end this stream and then I'll start another stream. Maybe I'll give myself like a 10 minutes break or 15 minutes break, drink water, eat something, and then I'll get back on again. Just so you guys are aware. Link material. I'll set the entire thing on white. Why is this not linking? Like link to this. That is what I say you should do. Is that hard? You know what? I'm going to duplicate this to this point. And this, I'm going to duplicate to this right here. Scale. And this, I'm going to do like so. So we're done with the picture frames. I think what I've been doing is, out of the stream, I'm going to render pretty image of all these models and then have that ready on the folder, basically. Next I'm going to be doing is trash bins. That's this right here. I'm going to be modeling some trash bins. This is done. I'm going to be modeling some trash bins, and that will be all for the night till I think tomorrow I'll get on stream again. So bye guys. See you guys in like another 15 minutes. 15 minutes, I'll be back on. All right.